name is Jolene Cowart, and I'm here today to talk to you about the power of suggestive selling and ways that you can increase your restaurant's revenue, the customer satisfaction, and most importantly, your personal income. You might ask, what is suggestive selling? Well, there's three components to suggestive selling. The first is upselling, where you take something of a similar item and upgrade them to something of a higher cost. The second is add-on selling, which is adding an item to a current order. And the third is value-added sales, and this is a way to enhance the current order by adding another item. We're going to go through three main points today. The first is the basic techniques to suggestive selling. The second, we'll go through a course-by-course example of each add-on and upsell. And then third, we'll go through a chart to show the potential money that can be earned per year to increase the sales and the income, your personal income. And the first technique to suggestive selling is the what would you suggest technique. And this is when your customer is giving you an open forum to suggestions. They're asking you as the expert on the food in the restaurant what you would suggest for them. When this is the technique, you always want to use very descriptive terms. You also want to answer the questions thoroughly to establish the customer's confidence. And if you don't know the answer to the question, let them know and then quickly find out the answer. The second technique is the repeat technique. Now this is established when you want to repeat different add-ons and different upsells to your customers. You've all heard the lather, rinse, repeat method for shampooing. Shampoo companies have doubled their revenues by adding one word to their shampoo bottle, repeat. You want to ask each individual for an upsell or add-on. The rest of the table may order a salad even if one person does not. And the bonus here is that usually the one person that doesn't order a salad will feel compelled to do so because the rest of the table is adding salads. Next, you want to always listen for cues from your customers. They might be asking you different questions about menu items, and you want to listen to their needs and then make educated suggestions about what items to order. Next, you always want to be specific. You never want to offer them just something to drink or an appetizer. Instead, you can start with, would you like to start with our famous fried green beans and a chilled martini? This gives them specific ideas and they'll usually go with that. Now we'll go through a course-by-course example from the beginning of the dinner to the end. The first is the meet and greet and the drinks. You always want to start with the wine and liquor. If they're drinking more than one person is drinking, you can offer them a bottle of wine for the whole table. And then also if they're ordering liquor, you never want to leave it as a vodka tonic. You want to ask for the type of vodka. Again, always being specific. You can ask, would you prefer Grey Goose or Absolute? Next, you move on to the appetizers. Before you even leave to get their drinks, you want to give them a description of a couple different appetizers. Remember, your customers have come in very hungry, and anything you suggest will probably be taken. When you are taking their order, you always want to ask each individual if they would like a specific salad. You also want to tell them about the specials for the evening. When you're doing this, you want to be very descriptive again, and you also want to tell them about all the add-ons and upgrades, such as surf and turf with shrimp and lobster. You also want to tell them early on in the dinner about the dessert special. This way they're thinking about dessert from the beginning of their entree. With each entree ordered, you want to ask about different add-ons. Would they like to add shrimp or lobster tail to their main course? And then of course you have the after dinner. You can offer specific coffee drinks, desserts, ports, and scotches to complete their meal. Now this is the chart that I was talking about with the power of suggestive selling. We have all the different categories that we've talked about, starting with wine, appetizers and salads, add-on lobster tails, desserts. Now this is just giving you an example based on 10 tables per night and an 18% tip percentage. Now if your average tip percentage is more than that, then you can expect these numbers to be considerably higher. Now let's just say that per shift you have two salads that are ordered per table. That's going to increase your sales per shift by $200, which is increasing your tips by $36 a night, which is $9,360 a year just by selling 2 extra salads per table. Now if you were to take every one of these categories, and again these are very minimal add-ons, and you were to calculate that out, you would make an extra $17,940 per year. And that is a lot of money. So in conclusion, there are several concerns and apprehensions from some people about upselling. Some people feel they're being too pushy or overselling, and some people are just not comfortable asking for extra money. But this is not how the customers feel. Research done by Mercantile Systems, a company online that develops different companies and their suggestive selling techniques, say that the customers' perceptions are that their enjoyment is increased, they have received value, they appreciate the personalized attention and recommendations, the loyalty is established because of the more thoughtful nature of the interaction, and the likelihood for repeat business is increased. Now, very importantly, these are all customers' feedbacks based on the act of suggestive selling, not the actual purchase of suggested items. In other words, just by being attentive to your customers and asking and giving them feedback on suggestions, you are increasing their likelihood for coming back in repeat business. So go get them. Increase your restaurant sales, increase your personal revenue, and increase the customer satisfaction and business repeats with the power of suggestive selling. Thank you.